Welcome to Brainwreck. I'm Jason X.
I'm Kevin Grant.
And this is the best show on the internet.
We're back again. Ooh, I got my lighting better this week. Yeah,
Right.
That's right. Remember, folks, just like last week, go ahead and smash that subscribe button.
Woo!
Ring that bell, ding-a-ling-a-ling. Ring your thing.
Yeah.
Ring the bell.
Ring your
Comment.
freedom bell.
The repost. We already said subscribe.
Yeah, we did that one.
Share. Comment again.
Follow us. We're in the little gears.
Oh, we're in the little gears.
We're in the little gears
I still need to change mine because
is that not your gimmick anymore?
Well, because here's the thing: is I use Twitter to an extent. I shouldn't, but I do.
Can we talk about Twitter for the X?
Let's talk about the X, but
if you will.
I'm mainly on like Blue Sky now because it's kind of cool over there.
Because blue skies are going to clear up. Put on
it's chill. Like I don't got people just yelling BS all the time.
I have a hard time with the X, and the reason is I have a very unhealthy relationship with Twitter, X, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
because that is where that is the breaking of the container. That is my self-contained bubble of happiness.
Right.
And that is where the outside world starts to leak in. Like, it doesn't leak in on Facebook. It doesn't leak in on it. Like, I have got my Instagram feed down to a
finally
science.
Oh, that's great.
Like, I mean, I've been sending you some good shit.
You have. And actually, because of the stuff you've been sending us, guess what I'm getting now? Wait, I'll be honest, like just a feed, like a search feed of 90s commercials and like 1980s satanic panic.
It's wild, right?
The worst thing. Like it's not the worst. Like it's much better than some of the other bullshit that Meta was feeding me.
The thing is, like, I look at that stuff, right? And what I've been curating, folks, is I've gone down enough rabbit holes of kind of like D&D satanic scare stuff from the 80s, and I look at that stuff and I'm just like, what an innocent time. Like, this is what they were worried about at the time, and like now I'm worried if a nuke is going to fall in my backyard tomorrow.
Or I'm worried if we're gonna be able to import anything anymore.
As of like 2 p.m. today, yes, but not from like one country, but also like that could change fucking in an hour. Who the fuck knows?
I'm dumbfounded. Like I am really at the point where I don't know what to say anymore. Because I just look at the entire situation. I'm like, why would anybody have voted for this?
Well, they didn't.
They did. No, they did. They did.
Here's the
thing.
They
voted for this.
They voted. They did in a sense, okay? Because what they voted for, they voted for a con man.
Yeah.
And then got conned.
Like,
and it's like, yeah, duh.
I have so many things I want to say right now, but I know I have to watch myself for no other reason than I want to try to be a better person. That's why.
Good for you.
That's why I'm keeping a lot of my thoughts to myself.
You know what? That's fine. And you know what? I texted you earlier today. Like, it's gotten to the point, like, there's so much chaos. Like, I just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I can't care.
It's where we are back to the days of every day it's going to be something new. Every day it's going to be an issue. Every day there's going to be a new quote, a new headline, somebody else who's being wrongfully imprisoned.
Dude, that situation is so fucked. And it is beyond human comprehension.
Oh yeah.
how everyone can acknowledge a wrong thing happened and have fucking nobody do fuck all about it.
But it's okay because that guy just filibustered for 25 hours, and that was cool. Because that got us nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing was, it seems like it got a particular side some momentum, but that side does fuck all about anything ever. So,
No.
like, they just fucking
Like,
squandered it.
The Democrats are literally that meme of adjacent podcast screaming into the void. Which, hey,
subscribe now.
Yeah, you could be part of that void.
Get on the ground floor.
But the Democrats are the equivalent of that meme where you have like the podium and like it's like everybody who came in like first, second, third, fourth, and like so on. And at the very bottom is the guy just like hosing himself down in champagne. Like, yeah, I did it. And it's like, that's the Democrats. Like they're in last place and they're just celebrating. Like, yep, we got another social media. Like, we're trending. See, people don't like him. We did our job. How are you?
Not well. Like, and here's the thing, folks. Like I'm a smart man. I don't invest. So like I'm okay.
Oh.
Like I'm the old, money in the pillowcase type of dude.
Told you, like invest it all in gold doubloons.
The thing is, like,
bury them in the backyard.
The only thing that can take me out is fire, or natural disaster.
I mean,
of any kind.
Sure.
But it's, I don't even know what to say. Like it's just, I was happy once.
Yeah.
I had dreams. I had hopes. Like I can't even watch Raw now. Like I just don't have the time. Like I'm too busy.
I mean, I can't watch Raw. I ain't got Netflix. I ain't getting that shit.
I was literally the other day thinking like I should sage. And for the first
sage again. Wait.
And for the first time, like not for the house's sake. Like do I got a fucking
I got I got some spray.
Oh, you got a little spritz? There you go. Give yourself a little cleanse. Let that.
I'm like Travis Scott. See, this could be the angle for Mania,
dude. If there's not a sage in the eyes,
right?
Fucking spot. Like, what are we doing?
Like he just comes out with like an old timey Rick Martel fucking spray canister.
Yeah, start spraying a snake.
Yeah. Just say
the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Does this what is this? Like this is all just fucking snake oil though, isn't it?
Dude, I don't know. Like, okay. I'm not like the most superstitious dude. Like, there's a few things I believe in, okay?
Yeah.
Like, I believe in aliens. I believe that, like, JFK was an inside job. I don't think we went to the moon. These are a few
one
things.
Is still wild to me.
Dude, okay. Like, we've been to the moon, but just not when we said we did. Okay.
I will say this. Okay, so I think there is, guys. This is a conspiracy theory podcast now. I know we're gonna get to wrestling later.
Listen,
we're talking. Listen, where else can you get content like this? Okay, we're starting off, with all the cool kids, the things, all the cool things the kids say these days. Then we're getting into modern day politics, talking about tariffs and political turmoil. Okay, and then boom, we're getting into conspiracy theories. And then who knows where we're going to go next. And then that we're going to round things out with some good old pro wrestling speak, some discussions on the upcoming WrestleMania 41 and how everything right now is just dull as shit and they completely jumped the shark on everything. We're going to talk about it all. But conspiracy theories. So I believe that there is some validity to we are not the only ones in this universe.
Sure. I mean,
it can't be.
Statistically speaking, And Bergman can back me up as a logical man, and Christy can back me up with the goddamn math, and Blakely can back me up because like we live in the same house and all we do is like, you know, what do they say? What's the thing where like you're in your own circle and all you hear is like the same shit you want to hear?
Chamber.
Yeah, we're in the same echo chamber.
Oh my god!
Of conspiracy household.
Really an echo chamber when it's just the two of you bouncing ideas back and forth?
With the amount that we talk, yeah, I'm sure there's an echo every now. You know, like I can put an effect, and put a little reverb on that. You know,
I don't know if this works for me. This may or may not come through. Like if I do, let's see, where is it?
Oh boy, he's playing with buttons now, folks. This is where we're at.
14. Let's see. Like, does this is this working? Hello? No.
Yeah, you fucked around for nothing.
No, I swear to God, it works. Wait. What about now? Hello?
Nope, it's the same.
Oh, what the hell?
Is your effect volume up, sir?
Yeah. Wait. No, yeah. Test. Why does this work? This is some bullshit. I paid lots of money for this.
This is what we become.
Hello. Fuck it. I don't even care anymore.
It's an echo chamber.
You know what? I don't care. Yeah, this is an echo chamber. I had an echo effect, but I don't know. Something's not connected.
No.
I don't like this mixer.
You should have bought American. That's.
I think it is.
Wait, what brand is it?
I don't know. It says Pro FX. I don't know what that means.
Yes. We are discussing all the paradoxes. But anyway, what the fuck were we talking about?
You were talking about conspiracy theories. Aliens, JFK being an inside job. Which
right. Yeah, which is all true. But what was the crux? What was the beginning? What was the segue?
Oh, I don't know. You brought us here. I'm following your lead, homie. I got
for fuck's sake. All right. Well, so I didn't get to talk about this. I'm going to completely change topics because I'm lost as fuck, and I don't want you to start messing with shit again.
What do you mean? I've done nothing to derail this show.
So I took my kids the other weekend to the Ren Fair. I didn't get to talk about this last week, and we've been to the Ren Fair in New York, right? This is our first Ren Fair in Florida. And the way that I remembered a Ren Fair was that, you know, you bunch of assholes dress up and you pay money to go to a place where you have to pay more money to do anything.
Right.
And that's essentially what ended up happening. But we had ourselves a Groupon, as it were. Get yourself a Groupon to all your local establishments. Support your locals, as it were. We go there and we drive. There we go. Bergman with the facts here. ProFX, a special audio, video, and automation company, was founded in 2000 in
Bangalore, India.
What's the tariff on that? Like, what's that gonna cost you nowadays?
Was India one of the ones that was playing nice?
Dude, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on.
Chaos.
All I know.
Chaos. Bury your money.
All I know is you owe me 2 eggs. That's the only thing I know.
Well, hang on. Okay. Because last week, for those that weren't here, last week we discussed the price of the Switch. The Switch 2.
Switch 2.
You claimed
that the price will go up.
$4.99 price or $4.50 price, either or, will go up. I said no. And then they stopped pre-sales.
Yep.
It's supposed to happen today because tariffs were going up.
And
there's a big hole like, oh, what's going to happen? We have not seen a new price point yet.
No.
Or any confirmation that the price will or will not be changed. So
that's right.
I say all eggs are still on the table.
They're still on the table. However, the one specific tariff that keeps going up from China I think is going to have a massive effect on the price, as in I'm sure most of the components of that machine come from China. So we'll see.
You'll see. Okay, Ren Fair.
Ren Fair. So we got everybody all excited. I got myself a Groupon. Brought kids, Blakely, and my mom wanted to go, and she had never been to a Ren Fair before.
Really?
Yeah, and it was
yeah.
The last weekend of the Ren Fair is typically the pirate invasion weekend.
Okay.
And the boy is all into pirates. This is like his jam. And Ren Fair and cheap family thing to do. So like, what the fuck? Let's go. So we all dress like pirates, except for my daughter, who dresses in her homemade weird animal mask that she made as a fox. And let me tell you something, sir.
Okay.
When I'm a man. Well, first off, Bergman coming in hot. It was 26%, and with the pauses back to 10.
Cool.
Do the math. Anyway, so I am a man who can admit when he's wrong.
Okay.
And I was wrong to think that I knew anything about anything. Because my daughter is very crafty. Like, she loves making everything. She takes after her mother, who also fucking makes everything. Like, I just spent literally less than an hour ago $15 on beads and clay.
It's a lot of beads.
I mean, they glow in the dark and they're kind of rad. So like, what are you gonna do?
I bought Christy a glow in the dark bead bracelet the other day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it said emo on it. I got it at the swap meet.
It's wild. It's great. But so my daughter started making these homemade animal masks, and she made like a cat and like a fox and like kind of thing. I'm just like, man, these are weird. It's like I don't get it. Like I'm just a dad and I don't understand what's going on. And I kind of called her out. I'm like, what's the deal with it? Like, not to discourage her or anything.
Yeah.
I just like, I don't understand.
It's like, you always got to know what's going on with your kids, like a responsible parent would do.
And I go, what's going on with these masks? And she goes, oh, like everybody has them. I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, like everybody makes them. I'm like, everyone makes homemade animal masks. I beg to differ. Like, and she's like, no, everybody does. I'm like, this isn't Frampton Comes Alive. Like, no, like everybody just doesn't have one. Okay. Like, and fuck me.
Keeps coming up. Frampton Comes Alive. Will never die.
Will never die. And fuck me if she does not go out with the neighbor kids and they're all wearing homemade animal masks of different kinds. And I'm like, what do I know? I don't know shit. I don't know anything. I don't know what's cool. I don't know what's happening. All the kids are into being fucking anamorphic humans or whatever. They're being the animorphs. They're all looking for yerks. Like, what the fuck? And so she decided to go as like a stealthy fox type of character. And the amount of fucking booths that had tails and masks, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And the number of kids that were wearing homemade animal type, I'm just like, what the fuck happened? Like, who's responsible?
That's something that I was curious about, because I remember, God, I want to say more so in college is when I first started seeing people consistently wearing like ears and the tails, and I was always just like, like, what was the inspiration behind that?
Right.
Like, and then hearing that more kids are doing it today, like, what was the starting point? Like what was, because it had to have been, I mean, I'm of the mindset that it had to have been something in media, right?
Right. Like
this couldn't have just been like a collective thought that everybody had individually.
You know what I think it was, honestly? I think it did start in like the early 2000s.
Okay.
With that what the fuck was that series called? With that like that weird like subculture show that MTV used to do?
Oh, it was like a Dark Taurus kind of
Something, and
not quite that.
they did a thing on furries.
Right. Okay.
And I think that brought that kind of more to the mainstream,
Okay.
which then also got infused with other pop culture-ness, and then you've got, like
Bergman. Yes. Bergman. I was going to bring that up. That CSI episode is seared into my brain.
I don't watch the CSI. So,
There
is
was
it
an episode
Miami?
where
Is
it was the OG.
Okay.
Gil Grissom and his bugs went to a Vegas hotel, I think, because like somebody died, and then it was like a whole furry informational episode.
And that's the thing too, like Blakely brings up, like our daughter doesn't have social media. Like she doesn't go online.
That's even
So
wow.
like
So she's like, well, hang on. No, like, so she's actually just like interacting with human beings on a face-to-face.
Oh yeah,
level?
we don't allow it. Like
she's gonna do great in life.
Here's the thing.
Like
I do it as that's part of my professional gig.
Right.
I will not allow it in my house.
I love it.
Like my children will not are not allowed on social media, fucking period. Because I have to deal with it for multiple hours every fucking day of my life.
Yeah.
So will not have it. But that also begs different. Where the fuck did this come from?
That's very true. Yeah, like, because I have to imagine there are some kids within her friends groups and circles and classes and all that have social media.
Sure. Yeah.
But still, like, I'm actually kind of hopeful that kids aren't just glued to phones and social media, and that they are actually trying to be creative, albeit in their own ways, and actually form in-person communities. Like, that is rad as hell.
It is interesting to see. And actually, hold on, Bergman coming in hot with a convention as per usual in most CSI episodes, same as the Little Person Convention. There was a Little Person Convention.
There's an episode on that. They did like an episode on every thing you can imagine.
Employed more little people than Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs live action.
Seven Dwarfs live action, yeah.
Boy, that fucking bombed.
So,
I mean, did you see them? Like, so creepy.
Well, I think Disney pulled a. So this is the thing. And we'll get back to the Ren Fair in a minute.
Sure.
This is the thing I've been noticing movie studios doing more and more lately. I think that they are intentionally throwing some of their releases in hopes of it bombing, so that they can recoup costs via insurance scams.
It's the only way you can get paid in America nowadays.
Like, they threw all of their cast under the bus, pretty much.
They sure did.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I digress. Back to you.
So, I don't know what's cool anymore.
Oh, I sure as fuck don't.
And that's fine. Like, I'm fine with being stuck in. I'm fine with being 90s, early 2000s dad. Like, I found my lane.
Yeah.
And I do not need to deviate. And that's great. Like, everyone can expect me to show up in color block. Everyone can expect music that is whiny and is, hard to listen to. And everyone can expect that I'm going to have, like, everything was better before 9/11. Like,
that is, well, maybe not everything, but like,
I mean, not everything. Like,
not everything.
We have actually come a long way.
We have.
But also, like,
there were still some not great stuff, but I think when you compare it to, like, and look, obviously, like, there's a lot of stuff today that is good. Most of it in theory, but still good compared to the late 90s.
Sure.
A lot of it has improved, but also, like, you think about that time period and you're like, everything seemed even keel. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you didn't have these fucking echo chambers and just people just spouting off whatever dumb shit they want to say. And then it's like, no, that's actually incorrect. That all your information there is wrong. Well, I know somebody who says otherwise. That's not how it works. Facts are facts. Truths are truths. Facts don't care about your feelings. Something fell. I heard that.
Oh no, those were the beats. She's really excited.
That's great. Wait. Oh, I had something. I just lost it.
Sorry.
It's okay. I was really concerned for whatever fell. Yeah. But yeah. Simpler times. Okay. What were you talking about?
Oh, so the Ren Fair.
Ren Fair. Yeah.
But so we're going around the Ren Fair, and it is your typical Ren Fair. It is, fucking weirdos being weird. It is overpriced shit. It is cool shit that you'll never use anywhere else except another Ren Fair that you want to buy so badly, but it's $600 fucking dollars. So you're like, in this economy, not a chance. And then there were certain things that were priceless moments to me personally.
There you go.
And one of them happened to be this older couple. They were running a booth, and the booth they were running was a scented oils stand. Okay. So you could go around, you could smell their oils, and then you buy like a charm to put it in, and you get to keep their oils, and it's like a cork thing, and it smells, and it's great.
Interesting.
And these two, like, they had an elaborate booth. They were both dressed to the nines in Ren Fair garb. And homie, the guy, who was like, I would peg in his 60s, put on his cheaters and was on the phone with Square because they couldn't get any service because Square was down. And then his wife, who was also running the stand, was just yelling at him, asking if they had done anything about the Square being down. And thusly, he was yelling back about he's on hold with them, and she needs to wait. And I'm just like, this is not. You guys are out of character. Like, you guys you're ruining the experience for me. Like, I understand you're here to make a living.
Yeah.
And I understand this is the last weekend of the fair, and you have a lot of inventory, and your Square is down, and you have a lot of people that want to buy shit with a plastic card that you can't take. That's frustrating. But like, also throw in a yield, throw in a huzzah. I paid a lot of money to be here.
Right. This is a lot like that scene in The Cable Guy where they go to medieval times. It's like, can I have a fork and knife? And Janine Garofalo goes, there were no forks and knives in the medieval times, hence there are no forks and knives at medieval times. He goes, they didn't have forks and knives, but they had Pepsi. It's like, at some point, you gotta.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I noticed is that the Ren Fair is like the perfect part-time job for every indie worker ever.
Dude. Yes.
The spots I was seeing.
Dude, I thought about it.
You thought about what you... I mean, it makes sense.
You want to know even something crazier? I don't think I ever told you this.
Oh, shit. We're getting secrets.
When was it? I was still in Syracuse, right? I applied for the Marvel stunt show.
No shit, really?
Yeah, I applied for it. Like, I saw that they were doing like some hiring, and like I filled out the forms. I did a write up, and I never got a call back.
You didn't call back? Send a headshot?
No, they weren't asking for headshots.
They weren't. Well, you should have. You still should have. You got to show initiative.
Yeah, you know what? And I didn't, and that was old me.
Good for you. Good for you.
New me's all about the initiative. New me's like, you got to show initiative or you don't eat.
I mean, that's a fair in this economy for sure. We were watching the human chess match, and the pawn was doing flying head scissors.
I love it.
And they were doing comebacks, and they were doing hot tags. And I'm just like, guys, like, first off, you're showing a lot of light.
Yeah.
Like I understand
tighten it up a little bit.
There's swords and they're metal and they're sharp, but like let's
Mhm.
stiffen it up. Come on,
Yeah,
let's throw a potato in there.
Yeah, you gotta make it look real.
You gotta make it look real. I mean, they were so much light. Oh shit, Bergman
yeah.
coming in hot. He worked the Ren Fair a summer and got some interesting.
Uninteresting.
Oh, uninteresting. I'm gonna say that stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really? Did you mingle? Because maybe you should have mingled more.
Maybe you should have mingled more.
Because I'm sure the blacksmith.
I do remember, Bergman, when you were working at because Bergman, you came over to my house to watch SummerSlam after the Ren Fair. And I just remember my dad just razzing you the entire time.
What did you sell the nuts? Like, what did you do?
I think it was fish. Wasn't it fish?
Oh God, you sold fish? You smelled like fish all day?
I'm sure a lot of people smelled like fish back in those days.
Well, hold on. Can I tell you something about this fucking Ren Fair? That was the most infuriating fucking thing on the face of the planet. They would have lines for food. Like they would have designated carts for food.
Yeah.
But they would have a line for the item that you wanted. So like if you wanted a fish sandwich, you had to go wait in the fish sandwich line. If you wanted a turkey leg, you had to go wait in the turkey leg line. If you wanted both, well, fuck your life, because you had to wait in one line and then go to the other line and wait in that line. Because even though they were at the same fucking establishment, they would not. They refused to get another order from another window.
Who booked that shit?
Nobody that wanted money, because we got so frustrated, we ended up buying nothing. So bad business model there.
Yeah.
But so it was interesting in that, like, the human chess thing was cool because I got to see some spots and they were telling a story. Oh shit, here we go. Oh, he was an assistant manager. Holy shit. For the fish booth. Worked the fryers for 12 hours. Apparently would have had to been a baker or barker for the axe throwing, but I missed the call. And my mom said, yeah, he'll do the fish.
$8.25 a damn
hour to do fish. Fuck you. You know, and that's, you know what, Bergman, that is your going up hills both ways in the snow. Is I fried fish for $8.25 an hour at a Ren Fair.
I had to do it in one shoe.
Look at that. I'm pretty sure Cosmo was the tomato guy.
The guy that you threw tomatoes at?
Yeah, I think he had that gig.
I feel like I almost remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Fuck, why didn't we all try to get in on that?
Well, you know who did?
Yeah.
It was Dan Dynasty.
Oh. I never met Dan Dynasty.
Oh. Good for you. He was a fucking prick. He was a real asshole.
I got nothing to say on that.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. What are we doing? The Ren Fair was fun.
Yeah.
And spent a lot of money and had a good time. But like also the kids loved it. They're like, can we go back again? I'm like, this was expensive. Like, we can go next year.
I feel like for families, like the Ren Fair is like maybe a once a year thing.
It is, well, like, unless you go all in, because like my daughter found some friends of hers, and they had like weekend passes.
I will say, down here in Austin, the Ren Fair is like, I know people who will go multiple times.
So it's a draw. It's a real
draw. Like it is a thing. And then I think down in Houston, there's a big Renaissance fair that, again, we know people who go down and like they'll camp down there for 3 days at the Ren Fair. Like it's a whole camping experience. So it's like one of those things. So like Ren Fairs are like a thing around here, like a big thing. So they go pretty hard. But when we went like 2-3 years ago, I was like, yeah, it's a good run fare.
It's a,
Good,
you know, it's you go there and it's like there are a lot of really cool things for a lot of fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know what? They're really cool.
They're cool. I'm glad that people are having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad. I see, like that's kind of the stance I take these days, especially for things like I don't necessarily enjoy. For a lot of it, I'm just like, somebody's having fun. Like, have you heard about this fucking Minecraft movie?
I've heard things.
Okay.
But I don't know what I've heard.
Well, you know what Minecraft is, first of all.
I do because the kids play it.
Okay. I was going to ask you that too.
I don't really understand it, but like I know that they enjoy it.
The majority of the reviews and the reports that I've heard from like seen and read online from like people who are like actual industry like critics or reviews or like they do website stuff, they have all said the same thing. The movie was fine. It was okay. It was the best theater experience I've ever had. Because apparently, because again, like Minecraft is a kid's game.
Right.
A lot of adults play it.
Right.
And so like, hey, nothing against that.
Right. Sure.
But ultimately, like, this is a kid's movie. It's a movie for tweens. It's a movie for teens. So like me as like a guy in my mid 40s, I'm not going to go on a pedestal and be like, Minecraft. No, I got no horse in that race. I don't give a shit. Go enjoy what you want to go enjoy. Mid 30s. Did I say 40s?
Oh, you said 40s, brother. Don't age yourself.
I'm almost there. So like, whatever. But everybody that I've seen talk about Minecraft has said like the theater experience was incredible because you had kids that were like calling out different spots.
Oh, really? It was like Rocky Horror?
Kind of like something would happen in the movie that would be a direct reference from the game. And like everybody in the theater would like scream it out. And like they would just be having like
throwing newspapers at the screen, like
having a hootenanny of a good time, just enjoying themselves.
Right.
Which, and Christy and I were talking about this a little bit the other day where I'm the type of person who doesn't like going to a theater and then people start clapping at the end of the movie. It's like clapping at the end of a flight. I'm like, I'm not big on it.
Well, first off, these days, like I think it's important to show appreciation for the pilots.
But like there's a lot of times I go to a movie and you just kind of get the and I'm just like, guys, come on. Like, yeah. However, there have been times where I've gone to the movies and it has been a rambunctious audience. I'm like, this is fun. Like this is a good time. But it's also the type of movie where it lends itself to that kind of behavior.
Right.
Like Avengers Endgame. Incredible theater experience. Like everybody was cheering, everybody was having a good time, and it really added to, the whole process of buying the ticket, getting snacks.
What was your best experience you've ever had
at a movie theater?
What was your best experience at a movie theater that you've ever had?
I would probably say Avengers Endgame.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I've seen a ton of good movies in theater, but when I'm thinking about like over the top, like we are all in this together, like Endgame for sure.
Interesting.
But I've also been seeing clips popping up on social media of people recording in the theater, and the place is going nuts. I just watched one earlier today, in fact, where they brought a live chicken with them.
What?
Like there's a scene, I guess,
in the theater.
There's like a boxing or wrestling scene at one point in the movie because I guess like chicken jockey is a thing in the game. So like Jack Black calls out chicken jockey, and then the entire theater just goes fucking apeshit. They're throwing popcorn. Like a guy's taking his shirt off. There's two guys. One of them's on the other guy's shoulder with a Minecraft mask, and they're just fucking going nuts.
What?
And then the theater lights kick on, and everybody got kicked out. But I'm like, as long as people are happy, yeah, the movie from everybody I've, seen, everybody has said it sucked, but hey, you know what?
It doesn't have to be good to be great.
Yeah. But then, like, on the flip side of that, this is one of the things that I'm really annoyed about. So if you're not familiar with the movie Megan,
I'm not.
it's a movie about, like, it's basically Chucky meets Terminator.
Okay.
You know, so it's like there's this doll that is like robot, it's like an android, and then it's got a directive, and then it becomes kind of like this horror movie, and then obviously the doll goes evil, and you got to kill it. Well, they're making a second one,
Okay.
which is coming out, I think, maybe later this year.
Is it gonna be fucking anthropomorphic goo? It like
No,
fucking like
but
forms
but
itself into a
but
T.
this time the android is a good guy going up
Mm,
against the bad guy, so it's basically T2.
C2,
Yeah.
right. Can they have a miniature tractor trailer? Like fucking
Just, I hope so.
an American Girl, fucking.
Exactly. Oh my God, that'd be great. But then they do this thing where they're going to re-release the first movie in theaters for halfway to Halloween.
Right.
And Blake says that's the one that's getting a Monster High.
Getting a Monster High doll, which doesn't make much sense because it's just a fucking girl. So it's like these are the Monster High doll series are like Barbie dolls, but they're all monsters.
Right.
It's like Frankenstein, Dracula, like their daughters. There's a spin on it. They're the whole thing. But like this is just like a fucking doll. So it's like it's not a monster. It's a monster on the inside, but not a monster on the outside. Well, so it's like it's just a fucking doll.
Well, you know, I mean, so somebody will buy it. But anyways, so they're re-releasing the first movie in theaters for halfway to Halloween.
Right.
And this is the experience you're going to get. Okay. And this is from Variety. Megan returning to theaters with Meta as in Facebook.
Okay.
Meta's new second screen tech. Fans can interact with the film during Blumhouse halfway to Halloween. And basically what it's going to do is you're going to pay money to go to a theater to see a movie, but spend most of the time on your phone reading about trivia, reading about behind the scenes, interacting with a Megan chatbot. I'm like,
but that's not going to work because they tell everyone to put their phones away at the beginning of the movie.
Well, not for this experience.
Oh.
And it's like, okay, so wait a minute. Very, very, very recently, the whole push was, why go to the theater when you can stay home and stream that movie right from your couch?
I mean, I like being comfortable.
I like being comfortable, but I also like going to the theater. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Oh, apparently the doll's face comes off and there's a robot face underneath the face.
I believe so, yeah.
So, like, that's rad.
I think that happens in the movie, yeah. So, yeah, the big push was, why go to the theater when you can stay home and stream that same movie from your couch?
Right.
And now the push, because, listen, it's not going to end here. This is the test run.
Right.
Okay? This is the, hey, let's see if it works. Because now the push is going to be, why sit at home and not watch the movie when you can pay money to come to our theater and not watch
the movie? Yeah.
Like, who the fuck? Why would you do this? And like, I'm genuinely curious. Like, I don't know why anybody would spend money to go to a movie theater to sit on their fucking phone. It's stupid.
And Bergman agrees with you. He says the only critique he'll take is that the meta thing is stupid.
It is stupid.
You know, I this is the first I'm hearing about it. And
well, I just read about this today. And unfortunately, so Blumhouse, which is done by Jason Blum, who's been like a huge like component of the horror movie
of course, yeah,
for like the last decade.
Has 2 houses at least with horror nights every year.
Yeah. But after seeing this and the bullshit he put out not too long ago about having like AI basically edit your child, because there was this whole video about and maybe we talked about it on the show when it first came out, but there was this whole video about a guy talking about his experience making home movies as a kid.
Okay.
And like going through the process of making props and making prop weapons and prop special effects. And, you know, it was interspliced with him and his friends having a good time and doing all these silly little videos and pretending and using your imagination. And then it cuts to him being like, and I wish I had this. And then it's just like an AI filter, like low effort, do nothing. And it's like, this is where the magic happens. And like, this was the thing that Blum was pushing, was like, make magic with your home movies. I'm like, no, dipshit. The magic is using your fucking imagination and doing it by hand.
You did that backwards. You did that in reverse.
Yeah. So. And the fucking tariffs, man. Like
fucking A. Like, how are we supposed to get our fake blood from China?
I know.
I don't know if that's where we get our fake blood.
We got some time left.
Yeah, we got to
talk about. You know, we don't have to talk about. Do you want to not talk about wrestling tonight?
Well, the thing is, we didn't talk about wrestling last week, and we ended up with like 2 clips for like the whole week. So like,
that's true.
You know, we kind of
just. I mean, we can go like a couple more minutes. I don't care.
Here's the thing. I didn't watch Raw.
I didn't watch Raw either.
I started to watch Raw, and I've gotten to this point where like Raw is it is a formulaic show, and the formula has changed over the years slightly.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like you're gonna open up with a fucking 15 to 25 minute promo.
They're gonna do the time
every fucking week.
Yep.
And you know they got me back into it. Last WrestleMania and that build up, and it was phenomenal. It was so fucking great. And then I kind of, you know, fell off a little
bit. Yeah.
But then kind of building back up to the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber, I was like, all right, you know, here we go. We're starting to build it back up again. Holy fuck. I can't give a shit. Like, I can't even like kind of give a shit.
What was it? We were saying a month ago, like there's still so much time. Like, what are they going to do for the next couple of weeks? What are they going to do for the next month? And apparently the answer was nothing exciting.
Fuck all.
Nothing
was the
fun.
Answer. Nothing fun.
Man, after the Rumble last year, I got very excited for everything that was going on. Going to Mania, what was it? When did I go? WrestleMania 38. When I went to that, I was like, "This is great. This is fucking amazing. I'm gonna get back into it." It didn't really work. Then we went to the Rumble last year.
Yeah,
and I was like, you know, like I'm starting to feel it again. And then they came in, and dude, we talked about it nonstop. I mean, that is basically what got us talking about wrestling on this show.
Yeah,
the build to WrestleMania 40 was phenomenal. It was exciting. WrestleMania 40 was tremendous. And then you dipped out for a bit, but I thoroughly enjoyed everything that they were doing post that. Right up until about Bad Blood, I thought that they were cooking with gasoline. And the fire was always hot. And then I think once they got to Survivor Series, that's when things started kind of.
Well, they didn't have a follow-up.
They didn't.
The thing. They had no ideas after the Bloodline War Games match. They had no fucking.
They didn't know where to go. And I think that Survivor Series is when I really started to see them slowing stuff down. Which, like, I can understand to an extent. Like, you know, you got to kind of like, you know, ease up a little bit, because then you got to get ready to kickstart all the new stuff. And then, you know, I thought something unique and cool was going to happen at that first Saturday night's main event, and it didn't really happen.
No.
And then we got the Rumble, which I was like, okay, cool. And then it was kind of like, okay, cool.
It's like, the thing is, like, Jay winning the Royal Rumble in challenging Gunther would have been way, way, way fucking better had he not just lost to him like 2 weeks before the fucking Rumble.
Yeah.
Like, super short-sighted.
I think, oh my God. If they were going to do everything that they're doing now, I think you have to have John Cena win the Royal Rumble. Have Jay win the Elimination Chamber. You can do the build with Cena up until the Elimination Chamber. Just be like, I got a lot to think about.
Right.
I got Cody Rhodes, who's my friend. I got this other guy, Gunther, who, hey, I'm never one to back down from a fight. I'm never one to back down from a challenge. He's the current, fucking world heavyweight champion. He's a new contender. He's up and coming. I can probably bury him, but we can, maybe we could do something good there. And then you just kind of have him going back and forth, maybe a little conflicted. And then maybe you do the thing at Elimination Chamber where he is going to announce who he can do it. You can fucking do it on Raw. It doesn't matter when it is. But then you build it to a point where The Rock wants Cody's soul, and then there's John Cena, and then boom, you do the whole angle again. I think that helps out sort of spread things out more.
Yeah.
Without feeling like everything is happening too quick.
Yeah.
Because that heel turn with Cena feels like it was fucking forever ago.
It does, and it's only because they've had fucking nothing for a follow. Listen, when I pitched the fucking heel turn, I was hoping for him to come out with The Rock with Miami Vice suits. They could have done a whole fucking Hollywood gimmick.
Yeah.
And The Rock is nowhere to be found. Cena was like, because you fans. And it's like, what? And it's like the obvious was staring you right in the fucking face. It was like, hey, I'm in Hollywood now. I do things for the money. Like I sell my soul on every movie set. This is nothing to me now. Like that is such a way fucking better and compelling story than I hate you fans for buying all my fucking t-shirts.
Yeah, I hate you for making me one of the highest grossing merch sellers of all time. I hate you for, allowing me to do all of this good charity work over the years. I hate you for pushing me to become a 16-time world champion. Like, I get it. You have to have Cena be that fucking asshole heel. You can't make him cool Cena. You can't give him all these cool new tricks and all these cool new looks, which the fans ultimately want. You have to make him more dull and boring. I get that. But you're also sacrificing interests. Like I said before, I didn't want to see John Cena in the title picture. And honestly, putting him in the title picture has made this angle really fucking boring.
Well,
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care anymore. If I may have cared when it first happened.
Well, that's the thing.
But now I don't care.
They had something. They had something.
It was there. I didn't want it.
It away.
Gave it to me, and I accepted it. I said, this flavor's not for me, but I'm sure I can learn to love it. And guess what? I don't love it.
What they did was they overthought it.
They did.
And the thing that they overthought was, we want John Cena to be a true heel versus being the heel that everyone loves. Yeah. And the problem is that for John Cena to be a true heel, he has to be boring as fuck. Because the thing that they were afraid of was that John Cena all of a sudden becomes a cool heel and people boo Cody.
Yeah.
Which is not what they want.
No, totally. Which is why they should never put Cena in that place.
But here's the thing. If they just went with the Cena cool heel thing, Like, yes, he would have gotten cheered at some point, but at the end of the day, like, there is a way to do the cool heel thing up to the point until the match.
Right.
And
I
then
mean, shit, people were cheering The Rock last year.
Right. And it's
and
like
they still went nuts when Cody won.
Totally. And it's the thing, it's like yeah, and Bergman's absolutely right. The spacing of these 3 PLEs has completely neutralized everything.
Yeah.
Like it's horrible planning. Like they blew their load too quickly, and now they're just doing lackluster oral to make up for it. Like that's what's happening. And like they're hoping for the best. They're like hoping, like maybe you'll think of that guy from high school and you'll come, and then like we can move on. But like I'm just not doing the job by myself. Like that's what's happening here.
It's a way to put it.
We all got cucked.
I don't know, bro. I was just kind of like, I was already out.
I mean, you were watching from the closet. Like,
I was like, I was kind of like, no, like I'd say I was kind of like watching from the door going out to the hallway. I was just like, is this something I could be interested in? No.
Maybe I'll peep a little bit. Maybe
I went out and
I'm not getting involved.
Yeah,
I'm not getting involved.
I'm not getting involved. Listen, I'm gonna go grab a slice of pizza.
Right.
And I'm gonna come back. You guys are still doing this. Like maybe I'll see where it goes, but like ultimately, like I mean, it's getting kind of late. And, like there's some cooler shit going on.
The Uber rates are about to go up.
Yeah. So I need to get off here. Yeah, I think that they just. I think they shot the moon, and it's just too much, too early, and now there's really nothing. And I think that, and I don't think it's just Cody and Cena.
No, it's everything.
It's everything.
Everything.
That women's triple threat match, I feel so bad for that angle because the other thing they're doing right now, which really annoys me, is I feel like they're making all of their champions look like dumbasses.
Yeah, no, they definitely are.
Like you're having your women's champion be pushed around by 2 people because those 2 people want to fight each other.
Right. And your champion doesn't matter.
Yeah. And now she's getting fucked over because those 2 want to fight. So we're going to make it a triple threat match where this person who just won the title, is kind of like, well, what the fuck? I've been getting pushed around this entire time. And now you're telling me I have to defend my title against 2 people? Like, she better be bringing out some, like, what if Asuka comes back?
I suspect
Asuka and Kairi Sane, because Kairi Sane's been posting some training videos.
I suspect that you're going to see a big Damage Control return at WrestleMania.
That would be cool. Because then, see, and like this is okay. There is nothing ruined that can't be fixed. Okay.
Well, except the economy.
Except the economy. Yeah, we're all fucked. But with this angle, what you could do is, a way to look or to make EO look great in the end. Okay, is you do a big Damage Control return, and like you just put her over strong
as a heel.
As it well, you know what? No, not even as a heel. I say like you just make them a cool faction. And then
heels are on Raw for women. You need besides Liv and Raquel are the only
Raquel, and then you've got Ivy Nile, who I think they'll probably start pushing up a little bit soon if this Grande Americano thing takes off.
Oh boy.
But like she's also contingent on American Alpha actually getting pushed.
That's the thing is like I think EO does Damage Control helps her win, and it's a heel angle, and now you've got Damage Control on top as your heel women.
I think you have a Rhea turn.
I see. I would like that.
Yeah,
but I don't think that's what they're gonna do.
I don't think that's what they're gonna do. But I think you have Rhea turn, and honestly, I think you have Bianca turn as well. Bianca turns at some point because so essentially, like this is where I think they can go. You have EO win, and then she can go and do her damage control thing, and she remains champion, and then you build Rhea and Bianca to SummerSlam.
I want to see that match. I want to see that match singles because that's going to be a hell of a match.
And that's how you can turn this around. And then what you can maybe do is pair off Io with Liv. That I think that could be interesting.
It could be interesting, but it's also like I don't know what you do. What is the catalyst, right? It's
they bump in the aisleway.
Unless the fifth man for Judgment Day, the newest member for Judgment Day is another female, because then you'll have 3 female versus 3 female.
I think you can do. Oh my God! If they just make Judgment Day 3 females and Carlito.
Yes, please.
3 females, Carlito, then R-Truth just shows back.
And then it's
like, I heard you were the new leader of the Judgment Day, Carlito. Well, let me tell you everything I, remember from my days as the leader of the Judgment Day.
Yeah. And
oh my God! And then Carlito and R-Truth become tag team champions.
There you go. There it is.
Book it. That is how you turn this women's angle around.
Totally.
And with it all ends with Carlito and R-Truth becoming tag champions. All thanks to the women.
That's right.
Yeah. So you do. Yeah. I think the benefit of this women's triple threat match is going to be everything that comes afterwards.
Yeah, we just gotta get through it.
I think this is like the catalyst, which is it's not ideal in my opinion to have a catalyst be like a triple threat women's title match at WrestleMania, be the catalyst to, but whatever. And then there's Jay and Gunther.
Well, before we get to them, I want to say that is a better catalyst than the other women's match.
Yo, pivot. Let's talk about that shit.
Which is real life heat.
Okay, first of all, it's crazy to me that the one thing Charlotte Flair did not get from her family tree is her father's promo skills.
Oh, fucking terrible, right?
Awful. Just like and to be in the position that she has been in for so long, like I can't think of a single memorable Charlotte Flair promo, or even like whatever happened on Friday was just not good. And I'm gonna be honest with you about something. I don't think it was a shoot. I think they went out there with a sort of synopsis of what was going to happen.
Okay.
And I think that, so I said this a few weeks ago on the show as well, that I think overall the promos have been awful.
Terrible.
And I think a lot of that is the fact that they are not scripting everything.
Right.
Top to bottom. I could be wrong. I don't know for sure because I'm not there. And most of you dinguses that report on this stuff aren't there either. And you probably are wrong as well.
Disclaimer.
Fuck them. Dumbass fake journalists. Oh, you just wrote about what somebody else wrote about. Good for you. It doesn't make you a reporter or a journalist. It just makes you the fucking kid in 5th grade who copied off somebody else's homework.
A plagiarist.
Just, yeah, whatever. Okay, I gotta stop. But yeah, like it just. I'm of the mindset that a lot of what you see and a lot of what you hear about stuff that happens within the show or within the company is bullshit or a little bit of the truth. Like what happened for the past almost week since that promo? People have been talking about it nonstop.
I mean, it saved the angle, essentially.
It saved the angle.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to say, like, listen, the two of you, this isn't going the way we thought. Why don't you go out there, come up with some ideas, make it a little bit real.
Let's do a little Sunny Days.
Let's do a little Sunny Days.
Let's do a little.
That's
little
like,
Brett and Sean.
No super stiff shots, but do things that you're comfortable with if you're cool with that. But let's be a little bit more unfiltered, be a little bit more raw, no pun intended. But let's just try to make something that the internet's going to go, oh, well, there's a story here.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the reason why I think it's bullshit is because you had Ludwig tweeting about it. You had him teasing it on Raw, during the commercial break. You had other people kind of
playing into it. I don't know. The thing is, I've never seen anyone be rattled by a reaction they were trying to get.
Well, I think that that one could go either way, because they could have either been like, hey, when the crowd shits on you, just look rattled.
She's not that good an actress, though. I've seen her.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Because I watched that part, I'm just that's a weird thing to do.
Yeah, what were you expecting? You got the reaction you were hoping for.
That is either somebody who is truly rattled and they don't know what to do, or that is somebody who is trying really hard to look rattled and they're just confused. It was
something. It was I understand you've been away for a long time because of your injury. But this is make believe.
Right.
This is pretend.
Yeah.
And your job is to get people to hate you, and you're doing a good job at it. Don't
by just being there.
Don't break the fourth wall. Okay? You don't have to. You're doing great.
Yeah. So I don't believe it was a shoot. I believe that there was an understanding going into it. I believe there could have even been a little bit, hey,
why were they wearing the same outfit?
That was the other thing. I'm like, are you a fucking tag team?
What? Did Wardrobe not have a word? What the fuck? Did no one in Gorilla say
there was
anything?
Nobody there who looked at them and said, guys, ladies, gals,
can one of you wear color?
Just did you only bring one outfit?
Right. Did you both shop at the Gap?
Did you not bring your gear? Fucking Randy Orton comes out every goddamn week to say 2 words on the microphone, and he's in full gear,
baby
oiled up, and he's not even wrestling. He's not even on the dark match. Just put your gear on. Go out there. Wear the fucking robe.
Wear the robe.
Be a peacock.
That thing costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Can't tell who's who. That baffled. That to me felt like a shoot.
Yeah. That was some catty shit right there.
Yeah. Which what would be a good angle for them to do is have Charlotte Flair be the jealous, almost the jealous diva of who does this up and comer think she is?
Totally.
And then she just starts copying everything she does. But yeah. So overall, though, I don't care. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this whole this WrestleMania, there's nothing that is exciting me about it.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. The John Cena Cody thing, I fully expect John Cena to win. The Charlotte and Tiff, I expect Tiff to win.
Yeah. I
expect Rhea to go over in the other one. I expect Jay to win. Now one thing we do have to talk about before we get off the air here is probably the greatest spear that's ever happened.
Yeah. Well,
in the history of pro wrestling.
Yeah. Well, before we do that,
okay,
let's just run down the match card.
Oh, please, if you have it ready.
And I'll end with the match that ties into that. Okay. So for those at home listening, just to do the rundown of the matches. Okay. You got the undisputed WWE Championship match with Cody Rhodes and John Cena. which is going to headline Sunday night.
Yeah.
Or at least it fucking should. And then you've got another main event, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, which honestly, I'm losing interest in that.
Well, they killed your angle. That's the thing.
I don't think they did.
No, they did. Because they gave it away.
Oh, it wasn't like a...
It's not a twist turn.
It's gonna be a twist turn.
So, like, it's on Front Street now that Paul might be going with Seth.
Which he is. He will.
I mean, he will. That's the finish. But, like, they have eliminated that as, like, oh, everybody's going to guess that as the twist. But then that's going to end up being the twist.
Yeah.
And it, like, I don't care.
But you got that triple threat match. You got the women's world champion, Io versus Bianca versus Rhea. You've got the heavyweight championship match with Gunther and Jey Uso. You got the women's championship match with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. And then you got, for some reason, AJ Styles, Logan Paul. Because fucking apparently we can't get rid of Logan Paul. You have Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
Amazing.
You have Jade Cargill versus Naomi. And then I think this is where they strap the rocket ship on him, because you have LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the U.S. title.
Oh no, Jacob Fatu is winning that match.
Jacob Fatu is winning that.
He's winning that match.
Yeah, and then he's gonna end John Cena's career.
I hope so.
And then you have the Intercontinental Championship match with Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio.
This makes me happy.
Yeah.
This I will say, of all the things on the card, I am most excited for this match.
The triple threat match, or I'm sorry, yeah, the 4-way match for the title. Getting to see Jacob Fatu win a title. Oh my god, I think those are the only two things I'm really excited for right now.
Yeah, no, everything else kind of sucks.
Yeah, shit, that's brutal.
That is brutal.
Yeah, but speaking of that title match, we got to talk about this spear. We got to talk about this spear because, homie, whoo!
Everyone needs to stop. Like, I don't give a fuck who you are anymore. Fuck the tribal chief. Fuck fucking Bobby Lashley. Rhino can go to hell. Because fucking Braun Breaker did a goddamn spear down the aisle where he dove, what, 25 feet?
I don't know, man.
30 feet? Higher than a fucking steel cage.
The best was Moose tweeted out that clip, and he's just like, I guess I got to find a new move now.
Gotta learn a new hold.
Because fuck, man, nobody can touch him.
He's the thing that was most impressive to me about it was not only because, like, at this point, we're used to the scary speed.
Yeah.
You know, we just know, like, once he starts running,
yeah,
it's like Trump with the economy. You don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. And like one fucking slight move and we're all done.
Right.
Like that's just the way it goes. But I want to give props to Carlito.
Carlito's the fucking
because
man.
He is having, like, of everyone on this fucking WrestleMania card that's going to take place on Easter Sunday, he is risen. Like, he is the one.
Did you see him talking about his funeral?
No.
So on Tuesday, he tweets out, thank you everyone for your thoughts and prayers. My funeral service is scheduled for this Friday. My family asks for privacy during this painful time. Muchas gracias.
He's the fucking man.
Tremendous.
He was so fucking cool too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But like This is what the second spear he's taken from Braun.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure he's taking more, but like,
I'm sure he's taking them on the house shows or whatever. But homie knows that like he's coming, and he's coming hard, right?
Oh,
And he's not being cucked either. So he has to for Braun hits him at such a speed. He does a complete fucking flip.
Yeah.
To the point where he almost lands on his feet.
If he landed on his feet,
fuck, it'd be cooler than AJ grabbing the towel out of midair or whatever the fuck that was.
Like, if he landed on his fucking feet, there would have just stop the entire industry.
We're done.
You're never gonna top that.
We're done.
You're done. You've
That's
peaked. It's over.
TNA
Shut it all down.
Fucking AEW is like, we're done. That's it.
Yeah.
We cannot do better.
No.
That is it. But I didn't make it all through Raw, but when you texted me and you said you've got to check this out, and I checked it out, I was like, I don't need to see the show.
Yeah.
I don't need to see the show.
They've released more angles finally, because apparently the clip that they showed on the live feed, again, folks, stick with the long shots,
guys. Come on.
Okay, one angle. Like they've since released like a shot that's like from over the entranceway looking down towards the ring.
Oh, that's beautiful.
They've got the long shot of him running towards the ring, so he's like running at you. It's just give him the belts.
And he can have a Goldberg-like run.
Yeah.
Give it to him. Like, we haven't seen that since Lesnar.
Seriously.
And Braun will be around to fucking actually make it mean something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like I'm on board. I'm in the dog pound or whatever the fuck. Like I'll fucking Arsenal Hall it.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know? I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's losing that belt.
He's losing that belt.
Which he's not getting pinned for it.
I could see him getting pinned if it's like he's taking everybody's shit.
I don't think he's getting pinned. I think that's the out. It's the 4-way.
Yeah.
Well, first off, Dom's getting pinned, unfortunately. It's just a matter of Finn is pinning Dom, which would be very interesting.
Or do you think here's what you could do? You could do something where Braun takes a powder and he's out, essentially. Takes a powder, so he's like kind of out of the match. You have Dom lay out Penta to the point where you're like, Dom's gonna win this. And then you have Finn pick up Dom and throw him out and then hit his fucking move, and he gets the win by costing Dom the match.
Do you know what I would actually love to see? And it would be horrible. So I really hope they don't do it, but I would laugh.
You want to see it though?
I want to see it. I want to see everyone working real hard.
Yeah.
I want to see all sorts of spots. I want to see everything going wild. And you've got to finish a Finn and Dom in the ring. And we get a finger poke of doom.
No.
That's what I want to see. Because I want to see the baffle on everyone's face to be like, why didn't they do this in like the first 2 minutes?
Well, I mean, because it's a dumb idea. That's why.
I know, but like they're kind of on a roll lately of doing shit that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I guess that's true too. That won't happen. I like my idea better. They're gonna do that.
I like your idea better, but like I would also love to see my idea as well. Just for the sheer of like they couldn't have come up with anything else.
Right.
Like that's the thing we're pulling from the past.
They did all that, and now we're doing this.
Like Penta has like 4 more things of pyro at this point.
Yo, him and Ray Phoenix are just gonna get new pyro added every single week.
I haven't. See, I don't watch SmackDown, so I didn't
it was pretty. They are presenting Rey Fenix in a very similar way that they presented Penta. And I think ultimately you're going to see them team up. I think they want to get them both established.
Well, they're on the separate brands, right?
They're on separate brands, and I think you want to get them both established first.
So they're the masked person on each person's brand, except you have everybody the LWO.
Yeah.
And fucking Chad Gable.
But I think get them established on each brand so they get established with the fans, and also give them time to get accustomed to the WWE style.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually you pair them together, because the best was I saw a post on Twitter the other day where somebody was trying to give the WWE shit for how they presented Penta and Rey.
Mm-hmm.
And like their sort of whole post was like, basically, look at the lack of originality here. And then somebody commented saying like, yeah, it's almost like they're brothers or something.
It's almost like they're a tag team.
It's almost like they're a tag team. It's
Weird.
Almost like they're doing this on purpose.
Yeah. So that like when they finally come together, it's going to be like that fucking New Year celebration in France where they accidentally set off all the fireworks at the same time.
All the fireworks are going off when they tag.
And then everyone's just standing around and it's just like, wait, that was it? And they're like, whoops.
They're going to do the end of the night promo, and Penta's just going to walk out doing that little strut that he does.
Doing the little parka.
Yeah. And then that's just going to be his power.
That's going to be it. That's going to be it. And we are all going to cheer, and we're all going to love it.
It's going to be a great time. You should be there.
I really hope they give him a special WrestleMania entrance to where they send him down like the Shawn Michaels zip line, but behind him is like a fucking piece of pyro.
Yeah.
That's like following him down. Spinning at the same time, and it's giving like the audience third-degree burns.
Yeah, and like every few feet, like mortars just go off, like
smoke bombs.
Yeah,
you can't see anything, and he's just going down the line, just like
All right,
what the fuck are we doing?
We're ending this thing, folks. Okay. We do the show each and every single Wednesday night, right here on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook. So be sure that you subscribe to all channels, ring the notification bells, leave a comment down below. Let us know you're here. Next week we have the official the final episode between we got the final episode before WrestleMania 41.
Full predictions.
Which we'll do predictions. I also have a fun idea that I think we should do.
Okay.
Which I'll pitch that to you right after this. And then so be sure to follow along for all the good stuff.
All the good stuff. And if you think you've got something to add to the conversation, be sure to put that in a comment below. And we are very active in replying and arguing with people online. So be sure to leave your incorrectness below, and we will be sure to correct you.
Yeah.
For this week, I've been Jason X.
I'm Kevin Graham.
It has been your show.
Right.